And it says we're going live and we're live.
Hi, welcome to the StockinetteZombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Emma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 369. Hello, hello, Valerie, Sarah, Patricia, Claire, Alicia, and Ingrid.
Wow.
You found us. I sent out the link a little late and to our ZKN members, and you found us. Woohoo!
Awesome.
I'm guessing they get like notifications from YouTube rather than just clicking on the link.
Oh. Could be.
I think if you subscribe, you get like they're live notifications. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't do it because I always know when we're live.
Right.
How are you doing? Recouping?
Yeah. Yeah, it took me a few days to get ready to go work out again after our retreat. You know, it always takes me a little bit to get my energy back. Yep, in full swing of things. And then we had a nice 3-day weekend for the 4th, and we're back at work. And
yeah,
it seems like
my coworkers are always very like, why do you lose your voice as part of ZK? And I was like, well, you've got to imagine a room full of people excitedly laughing and chatting, and then you have to talk kind of to that volume, right? Which I can understand why some of our introverts need the quiet room or to go back up to their room, because it is very, I mean, it's fabulous to hear, like as an organizer, there's just kind of this happy little buzz going around all the time. But yeah, you kind of speak over the top of that and you lose your voice.
Yes.
So
yeah, I usually get to the point where I wish I had like headphones or like earplugs. You know, I still want to be there and I still want to hear, but I just need the volume to come down a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, for whatever reason, either I'm getting a little bit older, or I don't know. Just seemed like we were particularly loud this year, which is, again, it's great. I'm not complaining in the least, but it was just kind of it was a journey. But yeah, that this week is favorite things. Definitely want to call out the ZK 2022 has been the highlight of my year thus far. Done some really great things and attended other events, but just absolutely loved ZK 2022. It was fabulous. You're going to see a lot of our partaking of the fabulous market place, folks. But it's a market, but it's so much more, right? So again, we thanked everybody that was there, but I wanted to again just say my heart has been full and continuing to ride that fullness. So
absolutely. Yeah, and I didn't even remember to bring everything. I have noticed some gaps as I've been laying it out in front of me. Most notably, like any of the bags or small little trinkets I bought. Like I bought some earrings and I bought a pin, which actually the pin I lost. I put it on my bag and it was gone before the end of the weekend. Yeah, just little things like that. And yeah, things that I didn't think to transport. But we'll show them eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. Or they'll make an appearance when you knit them or on Instagram or
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got the stripes set from Northern Bee, and I did a little time lapse video, which I think it was like over 30 minutes in 30 seconds, right? So it's just like they're beautiful. It is so beautiful. I love that Cormo merino base. Loved every minute of caking it up, and the colors are just so fabulous. So yeah, mine, I already have one out on Instagram that isn't necessarily going to appear here. You probably saw it if you watched the enabling last week, because Northern Bee gave us a set to give away too. So I think we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 moment, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And
Well, the only thing that I had to mention as far as administrati is I realized that we are now in July. We did not draw for our self-striping, so that'll be next week. Join the musical craft along, and we are watching The Greatest Showman on Friday, which will be super exciting. I've heard a couple of people mention that they've not seen it, and it's like my modern day musical of choice. I love it. It's so great. It's so great. So excited to be watching that on Friday. And stay tuned for, I think we're going to have an opportunity for ZKN to fill out a survey and kind of give some feedback. We'll be going into the third year of ZKN, ideas for speakers, ideas for events, and what you're participating in, what you like, what you think we could do less of, what we could do more of, that sort of thing, and be entered in for a prize drawing for providing your feedback. So super excited to open up that feedback loop going forward, but stay tuned. Yeah. Not quite ready yet. So
absolutely, for sure. Yeah, again, just catching up, have a few things to close on 2022, and then we'll start thinking about 2023. So yeah. I
don't think we mentioned it in the enabling the ZK enabling prizes episode. But because this will be a lot of ZK enabling.
Right.
But the DoubleTree is becoming a dorm, so we will not be at the DoubleTree next year. So they are a changing.
Yep, definitely gonna change.
We have no choice unless we want to try to go hang out with the college students. And I think that might be a interesting proposition, but not one that we plan to partake in.
No,
and it would be different even then, right? Yeah. So
yeah, exactly. Changes are happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's all. Are you ready? Are you ready for okay, I'm so ready because I think you enabled me in certain instances, but in other instances, I think we got drastically different things. So I'm ready to see what you got.
So I'm just going to start with Queen City. So you saw the stuff in enabling, and I have the emotional roller coaster colorway in sock yarn.
Your green is really popping there.
In fiber. So I don't know if my Tour de Fleece plans will include my brand new purchases. I'm having fun kind of digging through my stash right now. And I'm actually getting through it, which is amazing. I mean, we had a long weekend and it was kind of like hit or miss whether it was going to be nice out. So I did spend a lot of time spinning. So that might slow down. I might, truly become my Team Slothy, Luma Slothy moniker here and slow way down. But I will maybe save this for the first of the year to try and do a KAL spin. I don't think I've done one of those before, so have that. And that's Queen City. And I pre-ordered that one, so kind of in the same vein, I'll go with my next pre-order. I have the colorways from Mitchell's Creations. I got both of them. So this one is Sky Swings on a Cloudy Day.
Love that.
And these both coordinate with our past years. So, and then Stuffed Snowball with Extra Juice. But I'm curious to see how these will knit up. This one's very similar to our Phoenix colorway. I need to go pull our Phoenix colorway and see how they're different.
Yeah. I think that our Phoenix colorway maybe didn't have that gray in there.
Probably. Yeah. I know that they're different. It reminds me so much of what we had done.
My favorite thing about Tara's booth though was the hugs. It was so great to meet Tara in real life, and there's so much gorgeousness in that booth. So yeah.
And I made a list. Like, since I had already pre-ordered, I didn't really do any additional shopping. But seeing some of those colorways in person, I tucked those away for future use, and I'll probably be making an order once I get a little bit of my purchasing gets a little bit of a breather.
Once the card cools down.
Yes, exactly. Once the credit card cools down. But I guess continuing on the theme of colorways that were for the retreat, I have a Northern Bee. Really pretty. And this one says adored. So that's really pretty. And then I picked up another, this is Old Barn in the worsted base of that marine. So marine. And I really like these, and I know that it'll go with the other ones I have. I just don't have a project for it yet, but who cares?
Saw on their website that they now have marine fingering as well.
Yes. Yeah, and that might be something that's just a little bit better for sweaters and whatnot, because this can get really, really warm. But
which we need in Minnesota, but yeah.
Well, and again, like I have a sweater in this already. It was that Charlie Brown one with the zigzags in it. I don't know the name of it, but now I'm gonna have 4 colors in this base, and they all kind of go together, and I probably will do a color work, but then color work just gets even more warm.
Doubled. Yeah.
So, but yeah, Northern Bee, that's my Northern Bee. Okay, which ones are still on theme here? We got Very Fun Yarns. This one was the Carnival Lights base.
I like those speckles.
Yeah, it was just too pretty not to buy. And then I also bought a yak base. So a yak sock in the overalls colorway.
Pretty. Are those to go together? They would be really pretty together, but not necessarily.
They would. They're not the same base. So this is the sock base. It's a 2-ply sock. And then this is that yak base. I don't know. Honestly, just thought that it would be nice to have yak socks. And I wanted a good neutral color to do like maybe some sort of texture or cable with. So I
know that you were really excited about the yak. So
I am. So then more on theme here, I got the colorway Forever Not Yours from Fangirl Fiber
yarn.
Oh, Fangirl hand dyed yarn. I gotta say that correctly. I got the logo.
There's a little bit of overlap with Fangirl, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, love just I don't know, the number of colors and how they are still playing well together is just
You're
really
gonna
cool.
see some repeats with my stuff as well. So apparently they got our number this year.
Yeah. And it just keeps going. So I got Yarnaceous, little dinosaur there, but this is the Zombiesaurus. So this was for us. And then because they had such great semi-solids, I got this beautiful brown to go with it. And this one is Rusted Fence. Yeah, looks to be Rusted Fence.
So pretty together. I love that combo.
Yeah, very excited. These might end up being in one sweater or separated, but couldn't pass up the combo at the time. Okay, and we just keep going. So Jenna had provided like a kit, like a little box set. This is the yarn that was in that box set. Beautiful speckle. It's an effing, I'm not gonna say it, delight. So it really spells it out on here.
Okay.
But
would expect nothing less.
Right.
That's pretty. You got some speckalicious stuff.
Yeah. No, and I love this base. This is their sock base, and just love it. So that's pretty, but then they had fiber. So I got a really cool fiber. I recently spun one like this where it was mostly white with pops of color, and it muted it, kind of like putting mohair in something, right? So we'll see what this spins up like. It won't be as bright as you see it here, potentially.
I was going to say, I wonder how that's going to spin up like.
But this was the Witches colorway. So fun there. We'll take a break from the yarn. That was all of the special colorways. I got a t-shirt.
Woohoo!
So that's fun.
From the yarn truck.
I was
the Yarnmobile.
Like, Yarnmobile. Yeah, the Yarnmobile. Yeah, I hadn't read this in a while, and before I took it to work, I was like, does that say fingering on it? Or no, it says sock. Like, is it safe for work? That was my
Well, somebody could take it wrong, but it is safe for work, even if it did say fingering. It is a weight of yarn, right?
It is, but it would be safer for work.
But
So
you might have to have
safe.
a conversation.
Yes, exactly.
Sock, you don't. I wonder if they thought of that.
They probably did, because it says sock on there.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm done with the colorways that, or special things that came for our event and went into the basics here. But I have the Mr. Darcy from At Himself.
Darcy was having a
purple.
moment.
Yeah.
So
they said that this color vexes them, or it, is a troublemaker. So I appreciated buying their troublemaker yarn.
And that's at Haynes' house?
Yeah. Yep. So Mr. Darcy came home with me.
That's fitting that it vexes them. Seeing as that is a phrase from, from that era, right? Mr. Darcy era.
Last year, I bought 2 skeins of DK weight of the Rockstar base, but now there's Sport. So I got 2 skeins of Sport.
Wow.
Rockstar from Molly Girl.
Kapow.
Pow, pow. So I spent a little time trying to figure out what I wanted to buy here. They had 3 of one color, but it just wasn't singing to me, So these 2. And by singing, we got colorway Truly Madly Deeply and Walk This Way.
Quite literally sang to you, huh?
Yes. They do a lot of, they'd be part of our theme for the KAL, right? They're very musical.
Oh, yeah.
And then last but certainly not least from this batch, and again, okay, I have one more thing, but the last but not least of yarn that I actually brought was keto yarn. So I have this really bright green.
Ooh. You bought that before I could get to it. Those are my colors.
This is Seamus, and I bought this for potentially another top, the crop over the dresses top. I was looking for a new color. I have other ones. They seem to be in the same family. I wanted bright this time. So mission accomplished.
DK then?
Yeah, these are DK. It's actually a DK sock base. So
are you going to make that exact same top? Are you becoming a Megan with that top of the party crop?
It could be. There's definitely other ones that I have in my queue that might work. It's just when I get down to it, am I going to be like on repeat, easy peasy on repeat, or if I'm going to, branch out and try something different. But that pattern does work really well with highly variegated or speckly, or it works well with, it makes the yarn stand out. Let's put it that way, without a whole lot of complexity. So probably a party top. or something very, very similar.
I think I
And
said
then
cardi. It's not a cardi, it's a pullover. Sorry. It's the party. What is the name of the pattern?
it's
Something
just party
party.
top.
Okay.
And then I got these 250-gram skeins.
Pretty.
Yeah. So maybe a musa whirl, or I don't know. These two colors had to come home with me.
Yes.
And they were in the same. I was picking them up in full skeins when I saw this. And I was like, oh, that's what I want. I want littles of each of them. So we have that here. Sunny and Helen are the names. Very exciting.
So pretty.
They were pretty. I could not pass them up.
Yeah.
But
They
again,
had a lot of pretty.
I was just going to say that was it for yarn, but I did get bags, and I did get some yak yarn, 100% yak yarn. Or no, I got the blend. I got a blended yak yarn from Rewa, and bags that you will see later. Plus like earrings and some, I mean, it was a free-for-all. But I also got this candle, Sister Zen, from Beautiful Sisters. And so I unscrewed the top so I could smell it during
What does it smell like?
I don't know, Sister Zen.
What are the top notes?
I'm not a scents person.
Okay. It's bothering me that I don't know what it smells like. So
it smells good to me. I would think of it more like incense. When you're burning incense, it's kind of that sandalwood, you know, yeah, like an incense, more so than like a floral or another kind.
Yeah,
but that's it.
Okay, my pre-order looks similar to your pre-order, except I got the kickers, and I couldn't decide on what kicker to get. So I did get the 2-color projects of the emotional roller coaster, with Weezer as the kicker, or the side pony or what. And then also the other one is, I'm trying to remember what the pink one is now. So ultimately I can make fierce. I knew that. So ultimately I can make something with, the 2 emotional roller coasters and add the Weezer or add the fierce.
I like the name of
thinking.
that.
And then, yeah, there's all kinds of fabulous things that I can do with the other one. I could also make something that includes both of them, right? But I just wanted options because I didn't know what I was going to be making. So yeah, this one, this colorway is just the emotional roller coaster. I think the pops of green are what really reel me in, but the blue and the purple are there too. That was one again where I love the pre-orders because you have the opportunity to buy before you go and then not feel as bad. About the credit card not needing to cool down as much because it was like a month, the previous month or earlier in the month. Un Besito had that beautiful Lisa K. Ross kit, and I was like, can I just get the green? So this is Awe Nature, but she had the little smooches that you could make. Why can't I remember the name of the pattern? She had little
yeah, I'm not going to remember it either, but it was a scarf and it had like a zigzag in it.
Asymmetrical, but this green was calling to me, oh, buy me. And so I did. I listened to it. But Awe Nature in their Kisses Super Base, in Besito's Kisses Super Base. In that same vein, I think a lot of people picked these up and they came home with me. So this is Lavender Loon's single ply merino linen. in the fauna base. So I now think I have completed all of the greens that she makes between Laughing Buddha and olive juice and yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's going to be, but it is mine. The green is mine.
You're not gonna make the salty
I might.
here?
It's an option.
Okay.
A good option at that, right? But yeah, you said you were thinking of this and the salty tea in this, is that right?
Mhm.
And then I think Nikki Noni Baloney said that she had also kind of walked by and picked these up, and apparently I was the last one to pick them.
Yeah,
But
I
the
went.
first one to give her the credit card and say, mine.
Yeah, no, I definitely walked around the carousel, or where the rest of the linen was hanging out, looking to see if they had more green or another green.
Yep.
Nope, nothing that was jumping out at me. And of course, I
Yeah.
had started that long summer cardigan in that
Mhm.
base, so I felt like, no, I have that base, and I'm working with it now.
Mhm.
I can wait.
Yeah, it is coming across a little more kapow than it actually is. Like, I don't know,
Right.
these
No,
kind of seem like the same color, but this one is very muted, and this one is not as kapow. From there, I think I went to, and maybe this is similar to Behind the Pines, had
Mhm.
these really cute, this is waterproof, or at least water resistant, kind of plasticized
Oh, okay.
exterior with the cute little sheepies, and then the knit print on the inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's more of a boxed bag.
No, I mean, it's just, I would say
Oh,
a
I
little,
see
like
what you're
2 inches on the
saying.
bottom. Is that what you're?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a cosmetic case.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you could, I think a pair, I could put some sock needles, and I think you could do like
Okay.
but yeah, like the plasticized is kind of cosmetic
Yeah.
bag-ish
And
sized.
yeah, so one of my not shown is basically a drawstring version of that. That's bigger, but
Yeah.
same seep on it.
Yep. I've been calling him the horny sheep, but I got him as a pin, and I don't know if that was one you grabbed as well. I think we talked about it.
Didn't grab a pin.
Yeah. So he makes an appearance on the pin and the bag. And then I also got a tin.
Yep. I definitely got tins, although I can't find my little slidey one.
Gives a nice little tin click moment.
Yeah, I got the cat's one, and I have lost it.
Yeah, she was kind of showing us that somebody was mentioning that it's nice that you don't need two hands to open it, right? So like I've got the ones that have a top, and you have to hold on to the bottom and pull and if you need like a stitch marker stat with one hand while you've got something else while you're holding your knitting, that is an option. So yes, kind of fun, super cute. Super cute. I also got the lavender loon, the Northern Bee colorway of the show in the Adored. I was wearing my mist with last year's colorway, and told myself, hey, I knit last year's, so I can get this year's. But kind of the addition of that dark blue in there, the purple and the greens, I feel like are a repeat. And if she just keeps on making these beautiful jewel tone saturated colors, I will continue to buy them, apparently. So something long sleeve for sure. With this, could make like a long summer cardigan if I wanted to combine it with something. I haven't been wearing my cardigans as much lately, so I want to kind of pivot and not do that necessarily. But yeah, super fun. And then I got enabled by she gave one of these to give away as well. And Skipping Christmas Cowl. I'm thinking that, so there is, these are 50 grams, and I believe this is 100 grams. And I was thinking that could make something color work with it, if not the cowl that she had, that they had worked up with the kit. So at 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's, yeah, three skeins. I'd be able to make a short sleeve something with all over color work in the very least. Or pair it with a solid. Red's kind of hiding back there. That green again. How many green things do I have to hold up that are similar?
Don't
Yes.
mind me. I'm just trying to knit on something.
Northern Bee. That's awesome. Fangirl also, I was enabled by Fangirl Hand-Dyed Yarn, fangirlyarn.com, on her Forever Not Yours. So you and I could be, we could twin, but we're never on the same team with the yarn, because I got 2 skeins of that. And then while I was in Deirdre's booth, I also had like not a Mr. Darcy moment, but a similar purple moment. And this was Velvet was calling to me from across the booth. So very pretty. Yeah, yours is much darker. This one is more of a pinky purple than yours is almost like a navy-y purple, right?
Yeah, it's got spots of that purple. It's got spots that look more like your all over color. Yeah.
Yep. And I don't know, again, I don't know if these will be together or not, but I was thinking that I really liked them together. So this is the kit mohair silk in the, why can't I see the colorway?
I almost did what you're doing there with her tealy blue, like a deep tealy blue. I almost did the exact same thing where I bought almost. It'll probably end up happening eventually because I was really drawn in by that color.
Yeah. So yeah, again, the kid mohair silk is really soft and really enjoy it. Plus it won't make you uncomfortable if I wear it with the alpaca, the absence of the alpaca.
Yeah, there was something about that marketplace. I know we had an alpaca vendor, 100% alpaca or blends, but lots of alpaca. And then, yeah, I just something in the air. I had to put a mask on for my second go in because I had to leave because I was getting scratchy. So allergy is definitely getting worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I would combine that one, but yeah, this kind of told us a color story to me. Like when I went up there and was like, here's all the yarn that I want. Let me give you money. I was like, oh, those are pretty together.
You're definitely putting in my mind that teal again. Oh, yeah. I was very close to buying that combo.
And if you could track well, you probably can, or at least somebody is, the number of times that I have gone to Muse 2320 and grabbed a colorway that was, or a base that was in the Grandma's Davenport colorway, it would be a great deal. I'm just really drawn to that colorway on all of the different bases, and they're all very different. But this time what she had available there was her, so this one is alpaca silk. Maybe you were hanging out too much with me.
Yeah, maybe.
And I had this in my bag. So yeah, just some pops of like a reddy pink in there. Or like
I can picture the Davenport that she is basing this off of. I can picture it.
Yeah. So pretty, so pretty. So I don't know what I'll hold with it and what it will do, but some color alchemy will happen. Just really couldn't leave without that colorway. So it's always great to see them in person as well. So
my favorite color of theirs that isn't a hodgepodge or kettle, because I really love a lot of their kind of kitchen sink ones, but is leather bound. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
it's the best color.
Yeah, so
It's a
pretty.
brown.
Mhm. I picked up on that. But yeah, I really like when the colors have kind of a little bit of a low light and a highlight, and there's that depth of
Hmm.
color, and she seems to be able to nail it. So
Hmm.
yeah, so this year I was in the market early for setup. And in general, by the time purchasing comes along, I'm a little like, "Ooh," because I apparently I when people have when you're feeling like not all there, right, like if you're a little sleep deprived, I feel like you go one of two directions: either like I can't make a decision, so I'm just going to buy it, or I'm not going to buy it because I know that I'm not making great decisions. And that's kind of where I default. But somehow this year I was an adult and went to bed at a more decent hour, and then maybe I just like steeled myself that batten down the hatches. You're going to have regrets if you don't buy now. So it is a lot. Like I know you were holding up your bag, and I have mine in a box. So it's been sitting there, kind of being like, I hadn't looked at it since I brought it home, since now. So now I'm super excited about all of it again. And also just looking at the sheer magnitude of it. So, but yeah, got a lot of fabulous stuff. Apparently a lot of like summery tops possibly coming my way with some of the purchases that I made of just 2 skeins of fingering weight. So
Yeah. Well, and I know that, I felt like really responsible with my purchases because, I did keep it to under 3 or 4 per booth. And
yeah.
I'm like, but yet I ended up with a lot of like singletons
Mhm.
and yeah, I don't know. I needed to be a Debbie J. Jackson. I needed to have a plan. I should have had a plan. I should have had a plan.
Yeah.
But
Well, you could really blame that on past aiming, because you do have to do that before you're there, right? Like
yes,
it has to happen. And I know firsthand that you've kind of got something going on before we have.
no, it's a lot of work.
So planning the event and working on the event and like planning what you're going to purchase is hard. So I think we did well considering.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell myself that. But look at all the great stuff I have for IKL next year.
Absolutely.
It's gonna
Absolutely.
be
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mine are not as ticked and tied as they like. If you see me after Rhinebeck, I generally am like, oh, yep, this is going to become a this, or this is going to become, I'll say that. And of course, that won't be the case in certain instances if you've gone back and watched, or if you talk to me this year. But in general, I have a pretty good idea. And yeah, I've loosely tied to nothing right now. So
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I made a cute top with this from Molly Girl last year. Probably do a similar thing, a striped, smaller top. There's
mhm.
plenty of yardage in these. We had the pretty top,
Mhm.
and then this was at
See, you're
least,
doing great. You had a plan. You have a plan.
and then this was going to be another sweater.
That speaks to me of like I don't know, like a Primavera or one of those beautiful color work tops that
Mhm.
I've been making. And of course, the designer is going to leave my mind. But I made
But
the
yeah, just
Olga.
probably a tee or something that goes down to the elbow, um, style color work. Yeah, definitely enough yardage there for that.
Mhm.
I would have liked one more if I was going to do something that was long sleeve, but I
Yep.
haven't been wearing my long sleeve as much lately. So granted, it is summer. But you
So
had said your
if we've
cardigan.
got like lightning round, you can come up with
I can.
what a lot of them
Well,
are going to
and then if
become.
I
So
put all of my past Mitchells together, I could probably do something really interesting, right?
yeah.
I don't know what, but something. I
Mhm.
have all of my suburban stitcher that I'm like, I need to cast on something. I have
Fade.
so much of it collecting. Yes, I need to do something.
Funny how that piles up when you pay them to send you something new every month.
Well, and I saw a couple patterns recently, so I'm like, I might have, yeah, especially including the stripes pattern, that we're going to use the Northern Bee for. I was like, oh, maybe the fade in that would be really interesting, or I could alternate the one side of the fade with the other so that they cross. Yeah, so plans.
Yeah,
Plans.
I got a lot of green in my future. I don't think that would surprise anyone. So.
Not at all. But yeah, I definitely am excited to spin this month. So these lovely things in front of me might have to wait. I am gonna spin this month.
Yeah, I mentioned out on Instagram as well, but my needle broke under sheer exhaustion of the the mucilburls. So I got out of my rut. I was forced out of my rut because I tried a different cable cord length on my interchangeables and I didn't like it. I like the length that I've been using over and over and over again, strangely. So ordered that and it's coming, but in the meantime was forced out of that repetitive over and over. So you'll see some non-mucil burrows from me.
So the difference was enough for you to be like, nope, this project needs to sit until I get my needle back. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm becoming a small circumference knitter, apparently. Well, the cord I had was even smaller too, so I think that's part of it, right? It was just the perfect amount. Whatever. I'm becoming particular.
I saw that there's a new cable with it's not the swivel, it's a swivel with the more established cable, and I haven't been able to get my hands on one yet. I really want to try that.
Who is that by?
Speaking of Chigu cables, yeah.
Oh.
So it's a new cable for Chigu, which it's more like the red cable with the swivel ends. I have a swivel from them, but it's a really floppy cable between them. It's not as sturdy, right? And those are called swivels, but this is like swivel 360 or I don't know, it's new. And again, sold out pretty fast in the length that I wanted. So
yeah, I think that would stop what happened to mine, which is that I think it just was maybe had been bent too far in one direction, maybe when I'm getting towards the end of the small circumference or the beginning. And yep, it just eventually right near the base, right where the join is. So if you had something that would swivel, I wonder if that would help with that. But
I also wonder how it would do for magic loop, but just
I'm not magic looping. That's like the weird thing, right? So yeah, but yeah, how would you do that?
Yeah, well, and if you magic loop and you have the swivel on there, then the cables wouldn't get all, like I feel like that puts a lot of stress on my cables and the needle at the join. Anyway, that's a different topic.
We digressed. But yeah, we could talk knitting all day, right?
And we kind of did, and we still are.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
I think your purchases are fabulous. And I hope everybody else, I think in the past we've had like a show and share. We probably need to put that on the calendar for other folks to show us their ZK, their ZK show and share. So
yeah, I mean, I've definitely seen some table and bed layouts on Instagram, but yes, it would be nice.
So much more fun when you can see somebody squish and talk about it rather than just a flat lay.
Well, and a lot of people, outside of Debbie, right, didn't mention what they were going to make with it. So it'd be nice to hear what they had planned for
Love you, Debbie.
We do. I'm jealous. I really am. I wish I had that plan. It would have helped.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye, Ufta.